Hey everyone! I'm so excited today to have a Friday, and I'm actually trying out Restream for the first time. I normally actually only use the platform Ecamm to actually stream my graphics. So this is the first time that I'm using this software, and let me know in the comments what you think. But today I didn't plan on scheduling this out. I thought I would just hop in here really quick and have a little chat with you today about 5 resources to grow your online business. So, if you're like me and you're watching this and thinking about all the tasks that you need to do in your day in order to generate sales and revenue, today I wanted to share 5 easy resources to create and grow that income without having to actually book more clients, reach out and do a discovery call, or really try to grow just putting in the effort with your services. So, I wanted to actually share with you some background information about what I've done to automate some of the sales processes in my business. So, one of the things is that I actually have a welcome sequence. So some people have a freebie, and a freebie is what they use to actually grow their list. I've talked with several people, and they feel like their email list is really small. And so if that's you, I totally hear you. I actually started with a really small email list. In fact, my first email list was probably around, I want to say it was about over like 100 people on my list. And most of them were just my friends and colleagues and just random people I met at conferences. And I found that a lot of the times when I was talking with people, I would share a free resource with them, or I would just share with them that I had a newsletter. I really didn't know what I was doing with this newsletter. I knew I was supposed to be sending emails more frequently, but I honestly didn't know what to say and I didn't know how to communicate it. So, fast forward to now, I use a software called ConvertKit, but there's plenty of other marketing softwares out there that have similar capabilities like ActiveCampaign. But one thing that I really recommend is if you don't have an email sequence, definitely check out Liz Wilcox's templates. She has some free swipe file examples, and honestly, she's just a really fun person to talk to about email marketing. So if you like in sync, you like laughing, you like having fun in your business, Liz Wilcox has an email marketing membership all about newsletters, all about growing your email audience and actually generating sales. Not only is she really honestly one of the most funniest people I know, but she is genuinely really great at copywriting. And so I've actually hired her myself to help with some of my email sequences for upcoming projects. And honestly, she's really fun to work with. So I definitely recommend that you check her out. Okay, so another thing that I wanted to share with you is let's see here. The other thing I wanted to share with you is the resources for setting up your email. So, if you are maybe not sure of how to do a welcome sequence, one thing that you'll want to think about is your freebie. So, you have your freebie, you set up your freebie, and then you get new people on your list. And then the intention, of course, is to sell them something, whether that's your services, whether that's a product, whether that's something else. So you definitely want to make sure that you are thinking about the kinds of content that you're sending over to your email list. And so my welcome sequence is probably maybe 5 emails. I've had it as short as 3 emails. So normally I share the free resource, I share a product, and then I share some helpful resources like blog posts, articles, or maybe something else that's traditionally going to be maybe some sort of like podcast episode. So 5 to 7 emails is definitely what I recommend. If you have some time to write that out, that's great. But honestly, just go grab for $20. Liz Wilcox has her $20 newsletter, and I'll make sure to link that down below. So the other thing that I recommend doing is to have something that's a low cost product. So this is perfect if you're setting up your email sequence and you want to sell somebody some sort of product such as a template, a checklist, an ebook. Maybe it's even a discounted call with you if you're only a service provider right now. So I recommend getting some sort of low price product in front of your audience. I really, really love that about the digital product toolkit. If you're interested in that, you can go check it out. It's a really great resource if you haven't set up a product yet. And I'm really excited to have some other friends inside of the digital product toolkit live. So that's what I really recommend if you are just starting out with your creation of your digital product. But having some sort of limited time discount is also really helpful for a service if you haven't set that up. Okay. The tripwire is really something that I have been playing around with for the past year. And actually, genuinely, this simple method has generated a lot of my sales for my business. And the reason why I like this kind of offer, which is a tripwire is essentially a low cost product, normally between $9 to $47. And you traditionally see it right after you opt into a freebie. So it's on the thank you page. And I really like this offer because it gives people the chance to get to know you, what kind of services and what kind of products you offer. And it's generally going to have some sort of limited time discount, like anywhere between an hour. I've seen it up to 5 days, but honestly, I think anything underneath an hour is probably fine. I have mine set at 5 hours right now, just because I have ads running to it. But I think it's a really great way to actually automate your sales. So you don't always have to do everything live. You can do things live and launch it live, but it is going to be a great way to bring in more eyes to your offers, get more traffic to it, and then also give people the opportunity to buy if they find it interesting and valuable. Okay, so after you automate your email sequences and you set up that limited time tripwire offer, I really recommend going to the next level, right? So this would mean that you have a product that you are proud of. You actually have testimonials. I recommend if you don't have testimonials, I would not actually run a Facebook ad. So testimonials are one of the biggest selling features of a product. So if you don't have testimonials, try your hardest to get them, ask for feedback, charge something for your product, $9, $12, charge something for it and ask people to give you feedback on your product. That being said, after you have your testimonials, you can then put up a nice sales page, run Facebook advertisements to grow your email list, and then lead them to that offer, whether that's through a limited time tripwire product or maybe it's going to be some sort of email sequence. So, those are the things that I recommend before you invest in Facebook advertising. Because honestly, if you are running Facebook advertising and you don't have a proven product, you don't have the testimonials, you're probably not going to generate enough sales to cover the cost of your ads. Unless you have a really big audience, then it's really going to be a waste of money, a waste of time, a waste of stress. So don't do that if you don't have a proven product. Get those testimonials, support the heck out of your students, and grow your product over time. Okay, so another thing that I find is that when you actually launch your first product or your second product or your third product, you probably had a bunch of emails sent. And I talked about this in this week's video episode on YouTube, where I shared about how to create a product that sells from a teacher's perspective. And I honestly find that people don't realize how many emails go into a launch, right? So you're probably looking at between 5 to 10 emails, maybe even more depending on your launch type. And so when I first started writing out emails, I didn't realize how to write them, right? Because there's a way that you want to write your emails so that you generate sales. And so that's what's so cool about Danny's email closer template. I used that template for several launches, and it's actually saved me a ton of time. Because for me personally, if I'm stuck in the middle of a launch and I don't have my emails prepared in advance, I'm really struggling. I spend a lot of time writing emails, and honestly, it's super stressful if you don't have a template. So, if you want to get a template, I recommend checking out some of the swipe files inside Danny's email closer. Honestly, it's one of the best investments I've made for email swipe files. And to this day, I still use these swipe files. And I think I purchased about roughly a year ago. So it's a pretty great product. And Danny's emails are really fun. And I love all of what she does. So go check out Danny's step. Okay, so if you are someone who has a podcast, you're thinking about taking your podcast to the next level, you want to repurpose into video. For those of you who haven't actually checked it out, recently, Instagram's founder, and I think it's co founder, mentioned that Instagram is no longer going to be primarily a photo sharing app. Instead, they're going to be competing with the video entertainment space like YouTube and TikTok, so they will be doing some major revamping over the next few weeks and months. So to make this transition, it's more apparent than ever that video is king. Now, if you are like me and you're like, oh my gosh, I already do so much in my business, I don't want to get on video. And I really honestly feel like it's just such a hassle to try and show up online. Well, I want to just tell you this. Going into video doesn't mean you have to go on TikTok immediately. It doesn't mean that you have to do daily Instagram lives. I do go occasionally on Instagram lives and I do Facebook lives, but that was because I just started testing it out, right? Like, for instance, I think it was maybe about a few months ago. No, it wasn't a few months ago. It was about a year ago. It was about a year ago where I was only taking clients. I had no products. And I said, I know that if I showed up in front of my audience and showed my face to my audience, I know that more people would be aware of what I offer. And so I said, why not? I'm just going to play around with Facebook Live and see what happens, right? So for me personally, I don't have weekly Facebook Lives. I just honestly find that I'm way too inconsistent. I'd much rather just look at the to do list for the week. And if I find that I do have some time and I know that there's something really valuable to share, I'll go and pop into my Facebook Live and talk about it. That being said, I know that it takes time to go on live on Facebook, especially for my friends out there who are wearing makeup. So if you are like me and you're like, okay, I got to go put on makeup now, I have to show up in front of the camera. I honestly think it's worth it though if you have something valuable to share. So if you have something valuable to share, I recommend going out there, take like 10 minutes to prep, write out the 5 things that you're going to say and then just pop on camera. You don't need fancy equipment. I only think the thing that you really need is a good camera and a good microphone. Everything else is just extra. Everything is extra. So if you are looking at trying to figure out what is next in your online business to streamline, yeah, and you already have a podcast, go check out Podthon. Podthon is happening next week, and we're going to be having a lot of really cool speakers. I'm not on the board of organizers. A good friend of mine, Danielle Desir, is, but she and also Lee Ohura have an incredible conference lined up. This is a program that I'm speaking at. I honestly feel like it's a worthwhile investment. If you have a podcast, you want to grow your podcast, and you want to get step-by-step strategies so that you can easily implement them into your workflows coming into the fall for I think we're in Q3. So definitely check that out. And those are the 5 resources and tips I have about growing your online business. So again, just to recap what we talked about since I've been rambling on for a bit, get your welcome sequences done. I'm telling you, get your welcome sequences done. Check out Liz's membership. It's $9 a month. It's such a steal. And you're going to get some awesome templates so you don't have to write your newsletters from scratch anymore. I also recommend checking out the Tripwire and creating a Tripwire around your offer. So if you have a limited time discount, you want to offer that on the welcome sequence, I recommend checking out the Course Funnel Jumpstart. That's one of the products I have. You can go check it out. I'll link it down below. And then if you have a proven offer, you have your funnel built out, it's then time for you to scale with Facebook ads. And so again, Facebook ads is great if you have a proven offer, you already have testimonials, you have your landing pages set up, and you have your funnel. Go check out Amplify. Amplify is the ads membership that I'm in right now. It's so awesome and it's well worth the investment. I've honestly didn't feel like Facebook ads was for me. I kept trying new things. trying to figure it out, watched so many YouTube videos, and I could not for the life of me figure out ads. And so this membership is super helpful. I get weekly copy feedback, and Amy, who's the founder of Amplify, does so much support in this group. And honestly, I have been a little bit skeptical skeptical about Facebook ads for a while, but when I joined this membership, I genuinely found some really supportive people there, and it's really nice to actually talk about high level types of offers in that group. So if you're looking to level up with Facebook ads and you want a membership, I recommend Amplify. And then lastly, check out the swipe files and automate your launch email sequences with Danny Page. The email closer is the recommended bundle that I purchased. Like I said, saved me so many hours. And then lastly, you're looking to scale your podcast, go check out Podthon. It's happening next weekend. And I'm so excited to talk about repurposing your podcast, how you can automate those sales opportunities with your podcast and actually do more with your life so you don't have to constantly be on your computer. Anywho, that's it for now. I'm going to drop some of those links in here because it looks like I am not streaming on Facebook for some reason. But if this sounds helpful to you, go ahead and just leave a comment below with which one sounds like you are going to check out and which resource has been most helpful. So that's it for now. I'm going to let you go. Bye.